Hi, this is EMX Productions, and you're watching Friday with Andrea.
Then dip me underway. Fill your mouth with flow. Hold me till I scream for air to breathe. And wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
What is up, guys, and happy Friday. I am so excited to be here today with someone that I adore. She is amazing, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and we'll talk a little bit more about some things that we're going to be doing together in the future. But we are introducing Miss Emmy Vega. How are you doing today, girl?
Hello, love. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so great.
Aww.
Doesn't she look stunning, y'all? Like, I can't. Every time I look at her, I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank
So
you.
beautiful, so amazing. Like,
And coming from you, you're like Miss
come on now.
Gorgeous.
Come
I'm
on
like,
now.
I'm flattered. Thank you.
come on now. But this is why we get along. We even got the same boots on, y'all. Like, we got the blinged out boots going.
Talk about the bling, yeah.
And I can tell you right now, this is going to be a fabulous interview. Why? I'm just saying, you know.
Little club vibe.
Little club vibe. That's what we're trying to give y'all tonight. Because I'm telling you why. We are sponsored by Watertown Whiskey. Oh my God. I just want to say thank you so much to Watertown Whiskey for inviting us basically to drink your drinks and have a good time tonight.
Yummy.
They are a San Diego based whiskey, and I think tonight we're drinking their coconut whiskey. Is that what it's called? Coconut water whiskey?
Coconut whiskey. And you can find their recipe on their website. They have a lot of recipes, and this was just one of many. And I like that tropical taste to it. We just added some pineapple juice. And this
Should we sip? Should we sip?
This is so
Serious.
good.
What's up? What's up?
Oh my gosh. And us girlies, we always like the sweet drinks.
Oh my
This is
God.
like so perfect for that girls' night out.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm going to tell you guys in a minute how I know Emmy, but I want her to kind of just introduce herself to everybody right now.
Aw. Okay, well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to be on your Friday. Yay! Yay! I'm honored, so thank you. But yeah, let's see. Well, I have always been fascinated with the arts, you know, since I was a little girl. I grew up on musicals. My mom always played all the old school musicals, Singing in the Rain, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, you know, all those. So I was always exposed to music and theater, and just being fascinated with the arts and fashion and makeup and just, you know, all the beauty. And I always, you know, pursued that as a child, you know, just in my own little child way. I would gather my cousins and I would direct a play.
Wow.
You know, Christmas will come, and I was always directing something. I was always making something up. Then the older I got, I went to high school. I did theater there, and you know, did acting there.
Yeah.
But then I realized every time there was this one time in high school we were doing a Christmas play, and it was The Christmas Carol.
Ah, okay.
And I actually got the role of Belle.
Oh, wow.
And I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. But I noticed that when I was doing my role during our rehearsals, I kept coming up with ideas. So I kept running to the director, well, my teacher, and saying, hey, how about we do this? How about we do that? How about we change her costume? And I was changing her costume, and the director, my teacher, loved my ideas.
Oh.
And then he said, and after a while, he goes, you know what? You're not Belle anymore. And I'm like,
What do you mean?
I'm heartbroken, no! He's like, no, I want you to be my assistant director.
Wow. Oh.
And I was like, okay, I will drop Belle.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
no,
you're
no,
done.
I'm
You're
done.
done.
And so that ended up being, a dream. And I was what 16 years old.
Wow.
So it was for me. It was just a high school
Yeah.
little play.
Yeah.
But he gave me that opportunity to direct.
Wow.
And that was my first experience ever directing other than my cousins, a school play. And the play came. After the play, my teacher called me out from backstage, and it was a crowded room with parents, and he gave me credit. He's like, this student directed this play, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And a bouquet of flowers, and I bowed. So I had that taste of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But I always thought I was meant to be the star. So I always pursued it, thinking, I want to be in a band. I want to be a model. And I did a little bit of all that.
Yeah.
But I kept catching myself directing.
Wow. That's where you wanted to be?
I always did that. And now that I'm an adult, 5 years ago, that's when I realized this entire time I thought I was the star. But then I realized my passion is I am here. I create the star.
Woo!
I create the star.
I love the way you put that. I love the way you put that.
Because I found more gratification, more just satisfaction. Because, again, I thought it was me. Like, give me the light. But then every time I was there, I'm like, I'm trying to prove everyone else. And I'm telling everybody else. And I realized, you know what? I get so much more joy when I see him shine.
She creates the star, is what she's saying. She creates the stars.
All the stars.
Just saying, that's what you do. That's what she does.
In my little way, I'm just a drop in the bucket. I'm not saying I'm here and I do this huge thing like, Hollywood does, but
she will be.
Love
she
you.
will be.
Earth in San Diego, which I love and adore my city. I'm all about my city.
Yeah.
Love my people. There's so much talent here. And my love for my city and then combined with my love for music and the arts, combined with my love for seeing people succeed, I'm like, let's put it all together.
Yeah.
And that's how I came here. It's just, I started promoting.
Wow.
I didn't know where to start. I had no formal training. I didn't go to a formal, education in school for all this. It's just, it's a passion, just a fire in my belly that I'm like, I don't know what to do. But you know what? I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to show up. There's an event here. I'm just going to show up to this event. And I'm going to meet people. And I'm just going to make my way in. I'm going to volunteer here. I'm going to volunteer there. I want to be part of this film. I have no idea how to make a film, but hey, I could be a PA.
Love it. I love it. And speaking of that, you actually help with costume design. Is that true?
Yes.
Anytime you're on sets of any kind or movie features, she actually does the costume designing and the putting together of the costumes for the actors in the film. So can I ask you, what is that like? Like when someone tells you, they give you a script and they say, I need you to come up with this particular look for this character. Like, what goes through your mind? Because I always think about that. That is a very big deal. Like, people get Oscars for costume design. It's a very big deal. It brings the story together. So can you tell us kind of how you come up with the concept from building a character to putting this on the character? Yeah.
So it's funny how that happened. Back to my childhood, I've always loved fashion. I've always did my own little thing. And I guess that kind of just it spills over. It's just part of who you are. It started 5 years ago. I met Ishmael, and he is a director, a writer, a producer. He's he's multi-talented, pretty amazing.
Yeah, we just interviewed him, actually.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he was doing a 48. And at that time, I'm like, well, what is that? I'd never heard of that. What is it? And he told me about what a 40-hour film project is. And I remember just asking, can I be a part of it? I'm like, I'm not an actor. I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I just want to be a part of it. And he's like, yeah, come on, be a PA. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Just tell me, I could be your gopher. I'll go pick up water, pick up snacks, whatever. So that was my first experience. And that was my first time behind the camera, seeing the editing, seeing how things are cut, how everything happens. Again, it's a small scale, but it was enough to take me back to my childhood. And that magic of the fascination I initially had when I was a kid when I watched movies.
Wow.
And it took me back like, oh my gosh, it took me like forever to get here, but I'm here.
You're here.
But I'm here.
He is here.
And just because I'm older now or whatever, your dream doesn't stop. I'm like,
no.
You just, no matter your age, just do it.
We gonna take a sip on that?
Yeah. Hey, just do it.
I love, but I
Yeah.
love what you said. It's never too late to live out your
No.
dreams. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
And there I was on this little 48-hour film project in San Diego, low budget.
Yeah.
But there I am. For me, I felt I was in Hollywood. For me, it was just like,
Yeah.
wow, this is amazing. And the bug was like, okay, I need to come back.
But you get that credit for that, right? Is that she gets the credits.
And
when the
I didn't
credits
know
roll.
that. I didn't know if I
Yeah.
get credit, but it's just like, no, you get credit for this. I'm
You
like,
absolutely
oh my
do.
gosh, no way. But so I started off as a PA for the second film. I did, he invited me back to be a PA, and I kept doing that. But when he did a second film, I had ideas for some characters, and he's like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Boom, 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 boom. And then I had a vision. I'm like, well, what if we dress them in this? And because I am such a lover of clothes and I love vintage,
Yeah, me
like
too.
everything. My favorite era is the 70s.
Oh, I love it.
I love the bell bottoms. I love the butterfly collar.
Yeah.
I love the exaggerated colors and the paisleys and just all that. It was a time, an era where people just really expressed themselves, and men just embraced those tight pants. And they're like, hey, disco
Do we not
fever.
love the tight pants? Tell the 80s we're calling it.
I know, right? Bring
Just
the tight
saying.
pants back.
Prince knows. Prince knew. He wore
Yes,
them.
he did.
Michael Jackson knew.
Uh-huh, baby.
Okay, just saying.
Let's bring those.
Let's bring them back.
Let's bring them back.
Bring 'em
you
back.
know, those men be looking so hot in those
Just
little
saying.
tight
Just
booties.
saying. Take another sip
Tight-
to the men in tight pants.
Yeah, baby.
Okay? Take a second sip. Take a third, fifth, fourth, five.
Yes. So that whole fashion, I love it, in the hairstyle. And so Ishmael said, oh my gosh, let's get you off PA, and how about you just
Wow.
do wardrobe? Because I also have a personal collection. Throughout the years,
Okay.
I love me my thrift store.
Yes, girl.
I have no shame.
Yes.
I thrift. I go to Goodwill.
Yeah.
I go to Salvation Army.
Why not?
Any vintage shop, just
Yeah.
all those little places, you find some incredible finds.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
doing wardrobe is also, it's kind of like a history lesson as well.
Yeah.
Because you're there going through all these items, and there's this tweed jacket from the 50s, the 60s, and then all the 70s, and then I'm doing my research. Ish will say like, I need something from the 18th century. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm googling. Google, what does a girl in the 18th century wear?
Yes.
And then I love that challenge of, I don't know where to find it, but I'm gonna
Right.
find it.
Right.
And you know what, girl? I always find it. Don't know how, I just always find it.
I love it.
And there's times where I just go out and I find an incredible piece, and I'm like, I don't need you,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna need you one day, and I just buy it.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
the blessing has been that all those things I've been collecting, now that I'm doing wardrobe, I'm like, I knew there's a reason why I bought all this stuff. I didn't waste my money. People would be like,
No.
why are you wasting your money? You're never
Yeah.
going to use that. I'm like, one day.
Yeah, one day.
It took 10 years, but hey,
we got it. We got
we
it.
got it. That character's wearing it. It brought him to life, and he rocks.
Love it.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. So can I ask you, so you also manage artists as well, is that correct? Or
Okay.
some actors too?
Okay. Yes. The answer
Okay.
is yes. So how do I do this? And I just started just hanging out, just going on social media, and there's always flyers for something.
Oh yeah.
And
for sure.
and I didn't care if I knew somebody or not. I'm like, I just show up. It's an invitation for everybody. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing I have learned is just show up. And before I go, honestly, like, I get anxious, I get nervous, and I'm like, I don't know anybody there.
Oh please. She knows everybody. Everybody loves her. Like literally.
Thank you so much. But at the beginning, I started from scratch. I didn't know anybody. And so, but my passion, my dream was so much bigger than my emotions and my fear that I'm like, girl, suck this up and just show up.
Yeah.
You want this? Go. So I was just showing up, and I met someone. This young man who was incredibly talented. His name is Andrew Dyer.
Wow.
He has a beautiful voice, and I just fell in love with that voice. And he had this boy look, and like a boy band look, and I'm like, dude, I have the clothes, I could dress you.
Yeah.
There's like Harry Styles
Oh, I love it.
type, and so I started with him, and I never declared myself like I'm his manager. It was more, let me help you.
Yeah. Just, you wanted to help?
Because I was fearful of the title, because I'm like, it sounds so legit. And I go, because I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I want to help this guy. And so I just started knocking on doors. I got him a few gigs, a few interviews, got him a new wardrobe, got him photo shoots, connected him, got him on View magazine. Shout out to View magazine, New York.
Hell yes, yes.
Mimi, I adore you. And was able to put him in that magazine.
Wow.
And for me, that accomplishment was like, oh my gosh, how did I do this? Little old me, I don't know any. I'm like, I did this. And then from that, I met, another artist, and then another artist. And I did the same thing to them, gigs, wardrobes, magazine, spread, photo shoot, blah, 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 blah. And I did this with no experience. It was all networking.
Yeah.
And just asking. And then bringing these people. And then these three eventually on their own start calling me their manager. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am a manager.
So let's take a quick break, and we are going to have a message from our wonderful sponsor, brought to you by...
How do you break free from the ordinary? Where can you find a unique whiskey experience that embodies style and excitement? You should be adventuring with Watertown Whiskey. Watertown Whiskey is the perfect fusion of high energy and balanced sophistication. Crafted in Los Angeles, where West Coast attitude meets ageless island flavors. This is your personal invitation to savor the bold and unexpected. Watertown Whiskey. Embrace the extraordinary. Unleash your spirit of adventure.
So I just have to say, make the official announcement, that because of her... She's just such a genuine person, and for a year, maybe a little over a year, I've known Emmy. We met on the red carpet, actually. I was just like a Miss San Diego Film Awards girl or something on the red carpet, and there was just something about her that just stuck out to me. I was just like, first of all, she was gorgeous, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this lady walking up on this carpet? I don't know who she is, but I need to know her. I didn't know that the feeling was mutual at the time.
I felt the same way. And I was standing in line to go to the red carpet to get my picture taken with you. And I don't know who you were, but there was this beautiful,
we didn't know each other.
This beautiful black woman. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's just like gorgeous. That was like my first girl crush. Wow. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to know her. Yeah. But I'm going to work with her one day. I knew it. Again, I don't know how this happens to me, but I'm like, I'm going to work with her one day, and I'm going to make her my friend.
And not only are we friends, she is now officially my manager. She is officially my manager. We have to announce that because this woman here, people have been asking me to go to LA, we can't be crying off these lashes, girl.
I know, keep my lashes on.
We can't be crying off these lashes. But I'm serious when I say this. She would just support me like a manager should. She was always just posting, and I'm like, this woman doesn't even know me. And she would just post. She would show up to events, and we would just talk and get to know each other. And everybody kept saying, oh, you need to go to LA, find it, oh yes. And I said, no, I want to work with her. So when you see me on red carpets, when you see me doing events and things like that, this is the person in charge of those things.
I am like,
she is the person that is in charge. So I just have to put that out there. Girl, we didn't bring no tissue. We got whiskey.
we got whiskey. That's right. Let's cheer again.
We got whiskey. But we had to announce that. We just have to put that announcement out there.
Okay. The cat's out of the bag.
I was just the cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag.
But she's just amazing, and I look forward to so many things that we're going to be doing together next year.
There's a lot of planning. 2024 is going to be
films
exciting.
And promotions and events. So
much.
With you guys and I know a lot of times people are like, who is that lady with her all the time? If you see her with me, that's her job. She's my manager. That's why she will be around. So we wanted to put that out there. But speaking of that, I'm so glad we were able to talk about that, and people learning how you got into this sort of business with managing so many people, because it's not just me. She manages other people as well, but I'm one of her people. But could you give any advice to anyone out there that maybe want to do the same thing? There are some people that are like, I don't really want to be on the camera. I want to help the person make it. you know, for people like that, like there are so many people I know that like, I really want to know how to help somebody do this. Could you give any advice?
Oh my gosh.
On how they can get started and do that?
Girl, okay, to be honest, my advice is my own experience. I could just speak from what happened to me. My experience. And that is, it started with a passion. You know, you have to have a passion for, well, whatever your craft is, you need a passion. That's what drives you. And just throw yourself out there. Because that's exactly what I did. I just knew I want to do this. Again, no formal training. I don't have any connections. Before I knew anybody, it was just, just show up.
Just show up.
I was on social media and just looking for events. You know, there's always something happening. There is a film festival. And actually, that's a really good place because they're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
That's a really good place to start. Because if you start as a volunteer, then you start connecting.
Yeah.
You work your butt off. You know, I have taken out the trash so many times. I've been at an event where it's a beer garden and they say, Emmy, your job is to, you know, go get the trash. I've had beer spilled on my shoes. I've had, you know, someone throw up on me before, you know. But I'm there doing it with a smile on my face because I'm just happy that I'm there because I know I'm serving my community. I'm serving my city. I'm helping out an incredible staff at whatever event I'm at. Because if I chose that event, it's because I believe in that event. Yeah. It's because I believe in the message and the people. Something about that event aligns with my values, my morals, my craziness. You know, like hey, some good music or something. You know, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
And then once you're volunteering, now you're meeting people.
Love it.
You're like, who is the head of this? You start meeting people and you become friends, and then you go to the next, you volunteer again. So volunteering is key because you're not paying for a ticket.
See?
So you skip the ticket line, you know.
Got you. Yeah,
you're saving money.
True.
Yes.
That's very true.
And you get the behind the scenes access. You meet everybody and you work. You work and you smile. And if you're taking that trash out like me and you have someone puke on you, you smile and say, it's okay, don't worry.
I don't know if I'm gonna be smiling if somebody puke on me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, somebody puke on me, we're gonna have some problems. Okay? Now she's nice. Okay, but you puke on me while I'm trying to take out the trash and help you out.
No, I don't think so.
We're gonna have some problems.
Yes.
But no, I love.
But yeah, so
that.
you just start from the bottom. You know, again, I was a PA. I was taking out the trash. You know, and then you start meeting people, and then as you're meeting people, then they realize, oh my gosh, I like you.
This is why networking is so important.
You. Because I could teach you all that. But one thing I cannot teach you is character. I cannot teach you character. I cannot teach you.
Keep talking.
To be a hard worker. That I cannot teach you. But everything that you don't know right now, Emmy, I will teach you how to work production. I will teach you how to sell tickets. I could teach you all that. And that to me stuck. And I'm like, okay. And then I will jump into it.
I love it.
And that's how I've done it. And it's just been 5 years. I started in 2018. 5 years later, I have met incredible people. Latino Film Festival, San Diego Film Festival.
She knows everybody.
The 40-hour film project.
She knows everybody.
But it's all because I just showed up and I love people.
Yeah.
I just want to meet people.
It shows.
I love meeting people. I'm curious about what do you do? Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you want in life? And then as they're talking, my head is, how can I help them?
Yeah.
And I don't even know this person, but I get excited. It's got this little high, like, oh my gosh, they're talking about a film and they can't find a certain piece of wardrobe, and I'll tell them, I have it. And they're like, I don't even know you. I don't care. I'll drop it off at your house. And so I just make myself accessible. And I just, because I love to help San Diego, you know?
Yeah.
And,
this is the kind of people you need on your side. And this is why when everybody asks me, like, why did you get some high-powered manager or publicist? I said no, because they're not going to work for me as much as she will. She goes above and beyond for every client that she has. She truly goes above and beyond for everybody that she has worked with. And that's why I said I need someone like that on my team. And so do you. All right, well, we are at the end of our wonderful meeting here, but I want to kind of give you guys a little bit more information. If you are an artist, you're a director, you're an actress, you're in a band or anything like that, and you are looking for someone to help manage you, where can they find you?
Well, social media is the best place. You know, I'm always checking my social media daily. It's like a job. It's EMX Vega Productions. So that you could go to that's Instagram, or Emmy Vega on Facebook. DM me, and I would love to connect with you, chat with you, and see how I could help you. And hopefully, you know, if we're a fit, that would be great. But no matter what, you could tag me on any post of any events you may have, or if you have new music out, or you have an event coming up, or something that's important to you that you're trying to get the word out.
Love it.
Even if I'm not your manager, I will still support you.
Yes.
Just tag me at EMX Vega Productions, and I will always repost your story. Because if you're San Diego, you know, I want to support you. Even if you're LA, that's fine too. It's good. I don't want to exclude anybody. Anyone tag me. I will support anyone, because seeing your dream come true is my dream.
Wonderful. Well, you have it. We'll make sure to put the links down below for her Instagram and all her social media. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Emmy, for joining me today. It's been so fun. Like, y'all see, this is us. We're always laughing,
yes,
and having a good time every time we're together. It don't even feel like it's a work thing. It's like, it's just me and her. Like, that's just who we are. So I am so thankful that the world is getting to know who you are.
Thank you.
You're such a genuine, beautiful, talented, lovely person, and I can't wait for you all to meet her and work with her as well. Thank you all again for watching the show. Thank you, Emmy, for being here.
Absolutely.
And I will see you all next week.
Bye.